channel. So today is the long-awaited updated pig video. He's doing fine.
He's miserable. He hates
He
life.
hates life. He's doing really well. So I will link below year 1 and year 1 montage, if you will, below for you guys. If you have not seen that, I would highly recommend watching that first, just because we're not going to spend a lot of time saying the same things we already did for year 1, but Bumper just turned 2, and so we thought it would be good to do a year 2 pig update, and we thought it'd be fun to do it where he's on camera too. So he may be passing around. I don't know how long he'll be in frame, but we'll try.
Everybody see that dust?
Yeah,
Dusty pig.
he's just a big boy.
Just in case anybody on the internet sees mini pigs, and they see those little teacup
This
pigs.
is a mini pig.
This is a mini pig at 2 years old.
This is a mini
by the
pig
way.
at 2 years old. Yeah, so Bumper is a part potbelly, part Juliana pig. He still does his tricks for food. Huh. You sit? Do you sit?
Well, show me the goods first.
Do you sit? Sit. Ah. Oh, much better. Much better. Yeah, I came prepared. I know. No more.
Snappies.
No more. See? No more.
He goes, I'll sit.
No more. No more. I know. So the main differences that have happened this year, for sure, has been his setup. And that's where we're at right now. He is outside full-time now because you can see, based on his size, it just was not working anymore to have him indoors. Some people still can their whole lifespan. Some people can't, depending on their setup. And for us, this was just the next right step for all of us. And he has a whole setup out here in our backyard, and it's been working really, really well. This has been like 3 or 4 months now.
Yep.
I'll do like at the end of this video, like a true kind of tour almost of his space. But you can see over here where these green slats are, that's kind of his bedding in there. Yeah. In our first video, we talked a lot about what our daily routine looked like, literally from like start to finish. And to be honest, in a lot of ways, that has not changed at all, other than he's outside. So there's not a lot of like in and out and having to take him different places throughout the house, which has been nice for sure, but pretty much our schedule is still the same. It really is. We're trying now to kind of work on that a little bit and make it even a little bit less strict. That's still just a work in progress. He has his internal clock. He wakes up when the sun comes up. Period.
Daylight savings doesn't matter to him.
No. So that's been, frustrating sometimes. Oh, pumpkin.
Yeah, I think he's become a little bit more relaxed with the timing of things, especially his food.
Yeah.
He's not. I feel like he's not.
Year 1, we were like, it's noon, we have to be home.
And he was letting you know. Has also calmed down a little bit, where that internal clock for him has become a little laxed around those times.
A little bit. I mean, he still knows afternoon. Afternoon, I'm getting my lunch. Oh, and this is Gump.
Oh, yeah.
So the cats live with him pretty much. Like, this cat especially stays in here all the time with him. We have another outdoor cat that comes in here a lot too, and they get along great. But this is a pen in our backyard, and so we have 2 dogs too that are outside of it, and they are not in here at all. So that was also a big thing too, is, dogs and pigs do not really get along all the time. And, our dogs are very, very small, but it was a constant battle of making sure everyone was safe and keeping them separated when we weren't, with them. And this really has helped that a lot.
Not just for his safety, not just for Bumper's safety, but for the dogs.
Yeah. Oh, Bumper.
But, yeah, so I think that's been really good for him, too, because with the dogs around, the dogs want to play a lot, and things like that. They wouldn't let them, rest and get settled and things like that. Now that they have their own space, they
play through the fence.
Made it their own, yeah. So,
but they can go away from each other when they need a break, and that was what was hard before. Food has been definitely, I feel, easier this last year. If you've been following me for a while, you know that we actually eat vegan, and that actually started for us basically February 2016. So So it's been almost, well, actually it's been over a year of having him and being vegan. So really, as far as buying extra food for him, that hasn't really been that hard, because we always have fruits and vegetables, and that is what he eats aside from his pig food. A lot of commonly asked questions I've gotten, especially on that video, is does he get lonely? And I think the honest truth is sometimes. I mean, we can't be out here with him all the time. It's just not possible. I know it sounds kind of silly, but these cats I think do help. Just, it's another animal, but is it another pig? No. People have said, what about getting another pig friend, another friend for him? And as much as in a way that sounds like it would be actually easier, it really kind of seems that way. We just don't have the space for that in our home. I mean, you see, he's pretty big, and to add another one, we'd have to at least double the size. And
I think and it might be a little bit more than double the size, actually, because the area that he has now, I feel, is a perfect size. Perfect size for him. If we actually got another pig, you would have to think about, okay, you'd have to double the space just for both of them. It would be our entire backyard. Completely. If we to take two, and that's just unrealistic,
So I think that's been a struggle. We do our best. Our kid comes out here all the time too, and we do have still the dogs. And this isn't like a brick fence. This is completely see-through, and he sees us. And really, we're not on a farm, and so he's not far from us. Even when we're inside, so we do our best, but it's not ideal, and that's the truth. It really is the truth, and that's something that a lot of people don't tell you. That when you get one is they take so much time and attention and need that, and be aware that you need to be able to give him a lot of time, and sometimes we're guilty of not always having that for him. We don't know how much he weighs 100% yet. We're gonna assume this is normal. That he's over 100 pounds now, just based on what we think. And the last weight we had was a while ago, and that was like 70 almost. So that was a long time ago too. Yes, I know. This is nice. In our first video, I had said that we had not gone on a vacation, and it was a full year of no vacations because you couldn't leave. And that really hasn't changed, guys. It really hasn't. It's been another full year, and we have not left. However, we are finally booking our first vacation. Finally, it's just going to be a quicker one. It's only a 3-day. And I have my good friend who actually lives very close, going to be coming and taking on pig duties. And I'm going to have everything into, this is breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's ridiculous, belly rubs, all that.
Ziploc bags with dates and times.
And we're going to attempt this. Luckily, something else too is where we got him from actually is only about 10 minutes down the road from us. And I actually reached out to those breeders and I asked, if we do go on a trip or need any kind of boarding, could he come back and we, pay for it and everything, but pig sit him, and that is something we can do maybe in the future now too. So that's kind of nice to have in the back of our heads, because it's not like most boarding places. You can't just, have board my pig is different than board my dog. So
absolutely.
Kind of more physical things about him too now. His hooves have stayed pretty much trimmed down on their own because he had a lot of access to our cement in our backyard, which kept him kind of naturally filed down. Now he does not really have that in here, so that's something we definitely have to keep an eye on. They're fine right now, but he may need to get them trimmed. Some people can do it on their own if their pigs let them, like where they're literally laying down. And sometimes they'll just let you file them down with a Dremel. And some will not have any part of it and have to be sedated at a vet, and they'll do that. So just something to keep an eye on, something that you have to, be aware of. We are just noticing right now, too, that he has tusks that are starting to get a little longer than they ever have.
Well, they're starting to even get, noticeable. You couldn't really notice them before.
They're not protruding out, of his mouth, but they totally can. So that's something we're going to have to watch, too, and that can be filed down or extracted even as well at a vet. So We'll see. That's just something, though. He's 2 years old now, and these are things we're, still learning.
Take a look at.
Okay, take a rest.
And he throws tantrums, too.
Yeah.
He's not mean, but he throws tantrums. And
they're very sensitive, very emotional.
Yes, they are.
They are, and so he doesn't need aggression, but he gets upset. He gets his feelings hurt, and he'll let you know. And yeah, but look how cute he is.
I think Gump is still my absolute favorite.
Gump's she's a good girl.
It's perfect.
She really is.
As far as things that you'll see in the pin that will be added as the seasons go along, one, he'll get more new straw in the winter.
Yeah.
That's one thing that we have to really stay up on, just because of...
That's his bedding.
It's his bedding. It's a large portion of his warmth, because we don't get the coldest winters.
No,
but
it's not extreme here.
He does need something extra to make sure that he's comfortable.
Yeah.
In the summer, we already have one of the kiddie pools in here, which is kind of his water / if he wants to.
He did get in it the other day. I noticed. Yeah, it was starting to get warm. In the summer, though, we do add 2 large kiddie pools, and those get cycled out every other day, pretty much. And he will submerge fully in them, because we do get pretty brutal summers. It does get hot.
Oh, hey, Will.
So
It's
Willie. I feel like our first video, or my first video, he's talking, has a lot more information in it of true questions you may have about pigs. But I also just thought this would be a good update, and also for you to really see him in comparison to us and what 2 years looks like on a mini pig. And he is not overweight. I mean, you can see there's really no fat on him. He's solid. And we are really, really good about that. I will say, we really don't cheat. He does not get any food aside from fruits and vegetables, period.
Yeah.
And look how dirty he is with all of his hay. We have not had to deal with any kind of true oh, my pig's sick, something's wrong, something where we've had to take him to the vet. I mean, nothing like that, knock on wood. We have not had to deal with any of that. I am still in a bunch of the Facebook pig groups. Just Mini Pigs is my favorite. I said this in the first video too, that get into some of those groups, because if you are going to get one, because they will be your best friend, they will really, really help you out. So I think that's really it, though. I mean, I can't think of anything else that's crazy different. Do be sure to check out that first video, because it just really goes over it.
It's a
lot of information, all in depth, and really, aside from his setup and aside from just being bigger, not much has really changed.
Yeah.
Not really. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you have not already, and be sure to give the piggy some thumbs up, because it matters. It matters.
We let him know.
We let him know. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very, very soon.
Bye.